Well, hello everybody and welcome to Lisa's Coloring Corner. I had a request from a, excuse me, I'm coming down with a cold, from a subscriber to color with the Twimarker pens from Arteza out of the Christmas Mosaic coloring book by Sunlife Drawing. I did not have the Arteza colors figured out ahead of time for the color palette. As you know, I only used previously Copic markers in all of the Sunlife Drawing color by number books. So I went through and I used my handy-dandy color chart, of course. And I don't have this, typed up nicely. As you can see, I scribbled all over, had to work through some colors. But I think I got the vast majority of the colors figured out. The hardest thing was between the reds and oranges. I really went back and forth as far as what worked. And I'm going to ask your opinion on one particular color, what you think works best. So I'm not going to have a lot of time. So many things happened over the weekend. Apologize for the glare. It's still early in the morning, so I got to have my lights on. I just was not able to record over the weekend, this color in chat, I should say. Yeah, a lot of things came up. So I am having to do this bright and early on Monday morning before the grandkids come. So I'm not sure how long this color in chat is going to be. It's already, well, they should be here in about an hour. So we may only do this for possibly half hour, 45 minutes. And then I'm going to try to get it in the editor and render it. When they come, it can be working in the background there. So this is the one I decided to color. I went ahead and I tested out each of the colors, so you'll notice some things are colored up here. Try to do the vast majority of the bottom part of the picture so that I had some of it done. When I color these mosaic pictures, I don't worry quite so much if I go outside of the lines. And the reason for that is, let me zoom you in. Whenever I do my mosaic coloring, I always go over the white lines when I'm done coloring it with a silver gel pen. And I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, kind of. Because I think it makes the mosaic part pop. And also because the silver, even glitter gel pens are very opaque. They cover up any place that you go outside of the line, so it makes it look so much neater. So as I'm coloring, if you see me go out of the lines, it's okay. Now, the one thing I wanted to ask you about, if you look between, now this is a number 9. These are number 9s. This is a number 10. 9 is supposed to be an orange. 10 is supposed to be yellow-orange. That is one thing that is kind of lacking in the Arteza Twimarkers, even though it's the 100 set. So then I also tried this one. And I'm thinking this one works better because there's a much bigger contrast between the orange and the yellow-orange. So I do have a couple of different colors for the number 10s, but I am going to use this from now on. To me, that's a little bit more of a yellow-orange. It's not yellow and it's not orange. It's quite light, but that's okay. So that's what I am going to go with. So with all that being said, why don't we go ahead and work on this bell? These have 10s and 11s. So let me get my Twimarkers out. As you know, I love these things. And then for the silver gel pen, I love my, I don't know how it's pronounced, Ledescent glitter gel pens. It's just a 12-pack. And I would link these down below, but unfortunately, they're no longer available. They had refill packs. They came in 4 packs of the set of 12, and so I got a number of refills while they were still available. As you can see, my case is pretty beat up because I do use these so often. Between this small pack and the Sargent Art 10 pack, yeah, this is what I use when I want just basic colors. This is what I use. So we'll be using the silver out of this glitter gel pen set. All right, so let's go ahead with the number 10s, and I think that was the cantaloupe. Let me find my cantaloupe. And we're just going to do a little bit of coloring. There it is. This bright and early morning on a Monday, the sun is starting to stream in through the patio door. So at least there is sun. Now the fine tip doesn't work real well on something like this. I know there are some people that can work with fine liners. When Zoe Archer had her channel going yet, and I miss her channel, we won't go there. But that girl could work with fine liners like you would not believe. You know, she could fill in spaces and color in with those fine liners, and I can't do that. And because the tips on the fine tip on these Arteza Twimarkers are so fine, they're much finer than your regular fine liner pen. Yeah, it's really, really hard to actually color a space in with the fine tip. Okay, let's leave this out. And let's go to number 11, which is lemon yellow. So, I didn't even get around to asking, how is everybody doing? How rude of me. I am doing quite well, and as many of you, I am really busy. That's why I couldn't really do this color and chat tonight, because tonight is kind of a busy night. It is pie baking night, and I'm making some jello, and I'm going to get the cheesy hash brown potatoes made ahead of time, and just, you know, only have to pop them in the oven then, because we are celebrating Christmas on Christmas Eve, and so we are going to have supper, and kind of an early supper, because Heather and Adam and the kids have to travel back up to Tomahawk. Adam's family also celebrates Christmas Eve, but they first start getting together at 7. But that still means, you know, we should probably eat so we can get opening gifts and they can be on their way. So unfortunately, yeah, not quite eat and run, but pretty darn close to it. Here's another couple of 10s up here. So yeah, they'll have to open gifts and be on their way pretty much. But Christmas Eve, you know, doing it Christmas Eve, we always used to do it Christmas morning, but you know, then it's like they open their presents from Santa at home, and then they have to kind of take off right away to get down here, and it's so much of a rush day. So this just seems to work out a little better. Now Mallory, my youngest, works at the hospital, so she has to work Christmas Eve, but only until, I can't remember if it's 4 or 4:30. I'm hoping it's 4. So she may be a little late, but I think she does have to work. I know last year she had to work Christmas Day. And so that's why we started doing Christmas Eve last year. And it just seems to work out better for everyone. I know Cameron's wife there, her family celebrates Christmas Day, so they'd always have to, you know, quick get down there. And, you know, it just, there's so many people, you know, to see and all of that. So, yeah, just a very busy time of the year. Well, let's get this 10 again. I do want to get like the antlers done here, and then we're going to go on to the 13s, which I believe is starting the greens. I wanted to just do a variety of colors while we did our color in chat. You can see the background color is all blues, and then there's purple in here, and I really like that. I think it's pretty. So we'll do some coloring, and then I will show you how I go over all the white lines and cover up any boo-boos that I do with the silver gel pen. Works really good. Now you could use any color gel pen you wanted. Just keep in mind, if you're using glitter gel pens, the other colors are not opaque and will not go over and hide things like the silver one does. Now you could use, if you have metallic gel pens, those do cover up lines. So if you do have metallic, you could use, you know, any color you wanted. I just like the silver. I think it makes it look more like a mosaic type of a picture. Okay, yeah, let's go on to the 13s, which is bright green. Don't want pale green, we want bright green. I think this is it. Yes. So yeah, I still had to wrap some presents over the weekend, and it's not because I procrastinated. There was a bit of a misunderstanding between Heather and I. She had my daughter-in-law's name, and she was quite upset with me last week because Leah, for some reason, especially for a woman, I mean, we typically can think of quite a few things, you know, to put on a Christmas list. She, however, usually has quite a short Christmas list, you know, as bad as the guys. Guys are so hard to buy for, typically. But yeah, so she did not have a lot on her Christmas list, and I bought a number of things off her Christmas list, and Heather bought a few of the same things. So one was a cookbook that Leah wants, and Heather's like, she also had a book that she wanted to read, and I had gotten both of them for her. Well, Heather told me that she also had gotten her the cookbook, and I'm like, oh my heavens, I knew I didn't buy that off of Amazon. Couldn't remember where I got it from, but here I had ordered it from Walmart. I didn't buy it in the store, so I'm like, okay. I, you know, had gone to Walmart over the weekend to get all my grocery shopping done, which was a nightmare. And I thought, oh, be really nice if I could return this at the same time. And turns out you can. You just open your order, your online order, and you start a return on there, and they give you a code and everything that you just take with you when you go to return it in the store. So worked out great, except for the fact I had to stand in line for like a half an hour. Everybody was returning stuff already.
And I'm like, oh my heavens, I just wanted to get in here and get back out, you know. I ended up, it took me about 2 hours to get grocery shopping done. So like over double the amount of time as it normally does. But get that one returned. Had the other book all wrapped up. You know, I had to unwrap the cookbook because I already had all the presents wrapped. Let's go into the 18s, which is indigo. That is the darkest blue. So yeah, unwrapped it, took it back to the store, got that all done, and then over the weekend, Heather sends me a text. You know, I started the return. How did that go? Because I had to return something then. Oh, she had also gotten her this DVD set that she wanted. So I had to start a return on Amazon to return that DVD set also. So I didn't have anything else to get her off the list, so I just got her a Visa gift card. And then, yeah, over the weekend, Heather texted me and said she made a big oops. And I'm like, okay. She goes, I didn't realize Leah had 2 books on her list. Here she had gotten her the other book that I still have wrapped, or had wrapped at that time, because I took back the cookbook thinking Heather had gotten her that one. No, she didn't get her the cookbook. She got her the other book. I'm like, are you kidding me? I said, I stood in line a half an hour to return that thing. I'm sorry. I said, well, are you going to be returning your other book? Or I knew she wouldn't have time. This cookbook is also in Walmart in the stores, which I didn't know at the time. And I knew she wouldn't have time, you know, with the kids and everything. I would definitely, it was her mistake, but it would be much easier for me to go and see if my Walmart had it in the store. So I am returning the other book yet again on Amazon. Unwrapped that present. Went to Walmart, back to Walmart, and yes, they did have the cookbook there. So bought it, brought that home. Had to wrap that, wrapped her gift card. So I hope I'm all set. Oh my gosh, one of Bob's Christmas presents still hasn't come in. I emailed them. I haven't heard from them. So I don't know if I'm going to get that in time or not. But everything else is ready to go. It's just prepping the food, getting the pies made. I don't make anything too fancy, so I think the lemon meringue pie takes the longest. I just get out my handy-dandy KitchenAid mixer that I absolutely love, but considering the cost of it, I just don't use it as much as I should. Any of you that have those standalone KitchenAid mixers know what I'm talking about. They're wonderful. You know, it's not a hand mixer. It's the other one that stands on the cupboard. So, especially if you have to pour stuff in as you're mixing, it's so nice because you're not having to use your hand the one hand to hold the mixer and the other hand to pour stuff in, and yet try to turn the bowl, or, you know, end up having the bowl turn on you on the on the cupboard while you're trying to put stuff in. Anyhow, so yeah, pies tonight. That's why I had to get this video done this morning, because it's about the only time I could do this. Okay, we're just going to do a few more of the background colors, the 18s. Now, when you color, it's actually better if you go over the line than if you leave a little bit of white inside. If you don't go up quite far enough to the line, because again, we're going to be going over this with that gel pen. So, and it really works out nice. So we'll do this last 18 and we'll get on to some of the other colors. So yeah, I really wanted to get one more Christmas picture out before, well, let's do this down here too, before Christmas anyhow, and seeing as how I had this request, I thought I would go ahead and do this one. I had intended as my last Christmas video to do a color and chat doing, well, it wouldn't be a color and chat, it would be a diamond painting and chat doing a diamond painting Christmas card. I actually do have 2 left to do. I know. You don't have to say it. So I was going to do one of those on camera. They don't take real long to do, like maybe 1.5 hours each. Now 21 is that purple, so amethyst purple. So yeah, I thought that would be a really good thing to do on camera. Well, didn't get to that either. Like everybody else, you know, like I said, it's extremely busy. But yeah, I'll get those cards done tonight too yet. And it's not cards to be sent out. They are, I got those all out in the mail, believe it or not. I did get that done. These are just cards for my family to hand out on Christmas when they're here. They each get a card. My kids do, the significant others do, and then a couple of my grandkids can't be here, and so I just give them a gift card and I make them a diamond painting Christmas card to put it in. So I have theirs all made. I just have 2 of the others to make. And then I will have that done too. So one way or another, it'll all get done. I keep thinking I have tomorrow morning to get stuff done, but I don't, because I have the kids tomorrow morning too. Heather works till like, it's either 2 or 2:30 tomorrow. So I'm going to have to wait till she gets here. And then I'm going to put all the gifts out. And because I want to wait till she's here. I didn't want to have them out there all day when Maddie was here because I was afraid she wouldn't leave them alone. And she has been such a stinker lately. Oh my heavens. Last Friday I was pulling my hair out. She was bad enough on Thursday. But Friday, oh, I have never seen this girl so bad, so naughty since the day I started babysitting her. Just, oh my gosh. I think she was on more timeouts than she wasn't. It was bad. Oh my heavens. Oh, and I have to show you, Bob gave me my Christmas present early. And so, of course, I had to play with it over the weekend. Give me anything electronic, and I'm just like a kid in a candy store. Okay, you ready? Shabam! I got the new Apple Watch. I have been wanting an Apple Watch for years, since they came out with the very first one. Of course, I had to play around. You can make so many, you know, you design your own watch face. So, of course, I had to make it purple, and I wanted the numbers, like the second hand. And then you can design any of the shortcuts that you want. This one had the most shortcuts you could put. They call them complications. Stupid name, I think. But I guess because it complicates the screen as well. I don't know. So I put on mine the date. I have the battery level of both my watch and my iPhone. I have my phone down here. I have my text here. So if I want to text on here, I can. If I want to make phone calls, I can. You just dictate, you know. It is just so awesome. And the nice thing about the Series 5, which I guess the other ones didn't have, is this has a always on feature. So if you have your wrist to the side, it goes in a dimmer view, but you still can see the time. See, it's dimmer until you bring your wrist up, then it gets bright again. The other versions, it went black. So if you wanted to see the time, you couldn't unless you brought your hand up. And if you wanted to quickly shut it off, you just put your hand over it and then it dims. So yeah, I had to play around with that. Had to watch a bunch of videos to see what apps to put on. So I guess on Saturday I could have made a video, but I was having too much fun with my new toy. And yes, it is quite big. I wanted to get, they have a 40, in the Series 5 now, they have a 40 millimeter and a 44. And I opted to go with the 44, even though, yes, it's quite big, but you can see quite a bit better on it. And then I did buy this wristband for it. I like the rose gold, so I went with the rose gold band. But I have a problem with it. When I took out the links, because I have a relatively smaller wrist, I had to take out quite a few links on both sides to get it to fit. And I had taken out one more, and it was really snug. It was too snug. So I sat back down at the table, put a link back in. Now it's just a little too big. So I just needed that in-between size. So I do have another band coming from Amazon that I'm hoping will work better. I did buy a case for it. This is a bumper and then screen protector on it, because you know, you spend that much on a watch, you want to protect it just like your phone. It's always the first thing I would do when I would get a new iPhone is you put your screen protector on and you get a case for it, right? Or no matter what smartphone you have, if it's an Android like a Samsung or whatever, those are expensive phones, so we have to protect them. I typically, knock on wood, don't drop my phone a whole lot, but you know, the few times I did, it was nice to have that case on, the screen protector on, that, you know, I didn't really damage it. So I've always been pretty lucky. Whenever I would trade in my iPhone for the updated version, I was able to send in an iPhone in mint condition because it was all protected from day one. So I always got good trade-in value when I did upgrade. This last year I didn't. To me, I have the XS Max, and that is plenty new for me. Time is it? Oh, we got enough time yet. We've only been coloring for half an hour. Let's get to a different color. Let's do some of these 15s, which is this pretty aqua color. So that is Spearmint Blue. And yes, of course, I will be typing these up, so then I will have not only the the Copic markers figured out for the Sunlife Drawing color by numbers, but I now, thanks to her request, will have the toy markers figured out for the Sunlife Drawing color by numbers. So I could use these in like the mandala color by number books, the, you know, any of their color by number books, which I just love these. I just did a review video of their newest coloring book, but I believe I will be having this video out before that one. I want to get this color and chat up yet today. Seeing as how I didn't get it up yesterday, I wanted to have this up last night. So seeing as how I didn't get this recorded, I did put out my Happy Mail video, which, oh, you guys are so awesome. Speaking of how awesome you guys are, I am just flabbergasted. I have almost a year in now. The end of the year, or I always like to say January 1st, but it is technically, is it December 30th or 31st? When I really started, whoops, here's one more. When I really started my channel, I have now hit over 3,500 subscribers, and I never dreamed I would get that many subscribers in 1 year. So I thank each and every one of you for liking my channel so much. You know, giving them that thumbs up and commenting, purchasing through the Amazon affiliate links, watching the ads, you know, just supporting it however you guys do. It is so appreciated. I love you all. We're going to do the 16s. This is periwinkle blue. So this is the lightest blue. So yeah, when, I'm going to say when, because I'm not going to say if. When I get to 4,000 subscribers next year, I will be doing another giveaway. So you can look for that. Not sure how long that will take. That is a ways off yet, so it won't be right away in the new year. I can guarantee you that. It'll take a little bit to get there. But yeah, just wanted to mention that. That's another thing I can keep track of on my phone. I actually have where it shows my subs. It doesn't update on its own. You know, if I tap on it, it shows me, and then it refreshes. So yeah, I can kind of just keep track of my subs on my phone now. My subscribers, you wonderful people, you. So I thought that was another kind of neat thing. Didn't even know it was available until I watched somebody else's video out there on apps that you can get for your iPhone for your iWatch, Apple Watch, whatever you want to call it. And I noticed that he had that on his watch face, and so I did a bunch of research, and I'm like, how can you get that on your Apple Watch? I want it. And yeah, kind of figured it all out. Let's do, what is 15s? Oh, 15 is that pretty aqua. I didn't even see that was in there. All right. Now, because we don't have a lot of this completely done in an area, I'm not going to do a whole lot with the silver pen, but I do want to do some just to kind of show you. I mean, it's nothing too difficult to do. You just follow the lines. And while some of you may think it's extremely tedious and you would never take the time to do that, let me tell you, it's extremely relaxing and fun to do. I think so anyhow. Now, because these are water-based, this doesn't color quite as smoothly as my Copics, but then the ink doesn't spread as much as my Copics do in these Mosaic books. But again, that never bothered me because, yeah, I go over it with the silver pen to cover up the spreading of the ink. Or, in this case, boo-boos when I go outside the line. But because these Mosaic books have such thin lines, which, because of the type of pictures they are, they almost have to. You wouldn't really want them real thick and black. You know, it's just much easier to go out of the lines then, too. So, horse a piece, right? Okay, we have a few more 12s in here to do. And that was that lime green. Let's see, so it's a little bit lighter of a green. This is the lightest. I gotta move these pens over because I keep wanting to get off camera here. All right. I like this purple and yellow together. I would have never thought of throwing a green in here. But that's one nice thing about color by number books, is you sometimes get color palettes. I notice that especially with Sunlife Drawing's color by number mandala book. They put some colors together that I never would have thought of doing, and they're really pretty. So then I'm like, I could use that color combo in a pattern. One of my geometric designs. I'll sometimes do that too when Maddie wears a really pretty shirt, you know, with really pretty colors in. I'm like, ooh, I gotta write that color combo down. And I have used those colors previous, you know, in a design, a geometric design that I color. You can get inspiration from just about anything. Okay, here's a couple of 9s. So that is that orange, cadmium orange. So like all of my other color charts, if anybody is interested, I had many requests for my Copic list for all of Sunlife Drawings books. If anybody is interested in the colors I'm using in the Sunlife Drawing for these Twimarkers, you know, just send me an email. I'm not saying that they're the best selections, or, you know, see, now I got a message. You know, or possibly in your opinion, maybe something would be better, but it may give you just a starting point. So, yeah, you can send me an email. And I will be adding this to the other ones that I have typed up. I didn't have a chance to get it all completed, but I'm going to do a separate video. What was number 10 again? Yeah, that was my cantaloupe. Okay. I'm going to do a video on my organizational binders, because I did... You guys are really going to think I'm nuts. I'm really OCD. I came up with a little binder. I typed up all, because I have quite a few color by numbers that use the same colors over and over throughout their book series. So, yeah, I typed them all up. And I'll have to show you what I did with them. But we'll save that for another day. Like I said, I figured I would do it in a separate video. I was just going to show everything in a color and chat And I thought, well, not everybody watches my coloring chats. And so I thought, well, it probably isn't going to be the longest of videos, but I just thought, yeah, I'll do it in a separate video. So, with the holidays, that probably will not be up, well, possibly the end of the year, but otherwise the beginning of next year. Now, is it only 18s and 21s that we have left? I guess so. How long? 40 minutes. Yeah. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through a little bit with the silver gel pen. I had texted Heather to see what time she was going to be down today. Never got an answer back. So I'm hoping she doesn't show up while I'm recording, because it's like, oops, gotta go, people. And I'm not real careful about this. I figure, yeah, you know, it does not have to be perfect. But again, I just think, and I don't know if you can even see real well what I'm doing. Let me see. Yeah, you kind of can, I guess. It, like I said, is very opaque. So it goes over any mistakes. Just kind of cleans it all up, in my opinion. Now, is it fine just to leave it as is without doing this last step? Oh, definitely. Because it looks great either way. Even if you do go out of the lines a little bit, when you look at the picture up as a whole, you're not going to see that. So, you know, doing that is fine too. But let's find an area where I did go over the lines. Like this particular area, you know, I went over the line here. So if I cover it up, see how nice and clean that looks now? Makes it look like I just color so perfectly. And I definitely don't. Okay, what is that? I don't know that number. We'll shut that off. So, you know, I have my phone in silent mode or in airplane mode. Guess I'm going to have to remember to put my watch in airplane mode too, so I don't get phone calls. Although I guess that wasn't real irritating, was it? I'll just have to, even if it's somebody I know, I'll have to either hit, you can hit like a canned response that says, I'll call you later. I suppose I could hit that, but it might be just as easy to turn the airplane mode on. Bob one time tried to get a hold of me while I was recording, and of course he couldn't get a hold of me on my phone, so it was something that he really needed to talk to me about, so he called me on the house phone, but a lot of people wouldn't know to do that. So let's see. If you can't really tell if you colored one of the lines or not, what I do is I just turn it in the light so that it's reflective. I don't know if you can see that on camera. There we go. But then you can see, you know, like these, oops, these I did. Now this line I didn't. So kind of gives you a heads up on what you have to do and what you've done already. So yeah, to me this is the relaxing part. And like I said, I wait typically till I have the entire picture done. And then this is my last step. And normally I'm turning my book all around so that I can get at the lines at the most comfortable angle, but I don't want to turn the book all around while I am recording, so we'll just do our best. But I just thought this little guy was so cute, all this stuff hanging from his antlers. So I will be finishing this on my own in all my spare time that I'm going to have. Not in the foreseeable future, but the good news is Heather actually took off this week on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Excuse me. So, guess who else has off? Oh, I gotta get a drink. Yes, Grandma has off too. So hopefully I will be getting another color and chat done this week. So yeah, 2 in 1 week. I haven't been able to do that in a while. Been lucky if I get one out. Oh gosh, I hear a vehicle. I sure hope that's not her. Usually Bella will be barking if it's her though. If I hear him start coming in the house, I know. And she'll be wondering, I usually go meet her at the door. She'll be wondering, where's Mom? But yeah, usually Bella lets me know. So I am assuming it was a car that went past. I know, never assume. Every once in a while, Bella will get into such a deep sleep that she won't even hear Heather pull in, which is very unusual. Usually she can hear it when somebody walks by with a dog. It's unreal. I don't know how she hears. Like this Bill, he goes by, he takes his dog for walks like 3 times a day. Don't care what the weather is. He's out there with this beautiful golden retriever. And nicest guy. But Bella always goes absolutely nuts when this dog goes by. It's like she sees this dog 3 times a day. And yeah, and I swear, how she can hear this dog. He takes this dog for her first walk at like 5 in the morning. So it must be before he goes to work. And my bedroom is in the front of the house. And there are times, I mean, it's not like he's saying anything, but yet she will hear them out there. I mean, I know dogs have good hearing, but this is ridiculous. It's like she can hear their footsteps or what? I don't know. I never hear a thing, of course. We don't have hearing like they do, but yeah, so then she gets me up at 5 in the morning. Not nice, considering I always go to bed at midnight. So we're just going to finish up this pretty little bell. And then that will be it. There we go. All right, I'm going to zoom back out. And I apologize for this not being the longest of color and chats, although it ended up being not too bad of a length. I will be finishing this cutie pie up on my own. Probably when I'm done doing my pies tonight. So I hope everybody has a very, very Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah if you celebrated that. Whatever your beliefs, hope you have a very, very merry holiday. I'll put it that way. So yes, we're at the end of the year. We'll see what I can get up as far as videos later in this week, but I do hope to get a few up, including another color and chat. So I hope you enjoyed this. I thank you for joining me in on this video, the last Christmas video. If you liked it, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new to my channel. I hope everybody is having a fantastic Christmas week. And as always, happy coloring. Bye guys. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.